If you possess infinite knowledge and infinite power, and you decide to build something, you generally don't design it to collapse. Yet, this is the paradox at the center of the human creation story. If an all-knowing God could see the end from the beginning, he knew with absolute certainty that humanity would stumble, bringing suffering, decay, and death into the world. So why hit start on the project at all? There is a seemingly simple fix. If the tree of knowledge was the single point of failure in an otherwise perfect garden, the logical solution is to uproot the tree, remove the hazard, and you guarantee a painless, flawless human existence. Leaving that vulnerability out in the open creates a difficult choice for how we view the Creator's nature. It suggests a design that is either intentionally cruel or technically incompetent. To resolve this, we have to stop looking at the Garden of Eden as a broken utopia, and instead examine exactly why a master architect would install a vulnerability as a core feature of the design. This shift in perspective starts with how we define goodness. Moral righteousness cannot exist in a vacuum. It requires an environment where its opposite is possible. If a person is placed in an environment where it is physically impossible to do anything wrong, their good behavior is a default setting rather than a choice. A human stripped of the capacity to rebel is functionally indistinguishable from a biological robot running a script. This flowchart shows the tree of knowledge as a metric for human free will, providing the only point of departure from compliance. Without a forbidden option, obedience is unmeasurable. You cannot choose to follow rules if you cannot physically break them. The design of the garden assumes that for integrity to mean anything, a person must have the capacity to maintain it by their own volition. The mechanism of the tree provides the environment necessary for that volition to exist. The capacity to fail provides the exact mathematical mechanism required to grant a created being genuine, measurable freedom. This cosmic concept mirrors a primal human experience, a parent trying to protect a child. Imagine a parent who is so terrified of their child experiencing pain that they lock the kid inside a perfectly safe, padded room forever. That absolute protection guarantees a specific result. They will never scrape a knee or break a bone, but they will also never explore, never form independent relationships, and never actually live. Productive parenting looks like opening the front door and letting a child walk outside, knowing with absolute certainty that eventually they will fall. God faced a similar decision when first conceptualizing humanity. Forcing unbreakable safety on a person creates a prison rather than a paradise. To have an eternal mutual fellowship with humanity, God had to give them the physical ability to reject that fellowship. True love requires the risk of pain. Even with free will justified, the fallout remains. When humanity chose the wrong path, it introduced the realities of aging, sickness, and death. It is easy to assume this story follows a linear progression. Creation first, followed by a mistake, followed by a rescue plan to fix the damage. This timeline visualizes our standard understanding. But Ephesians describes a different structure. God finalized the rescue plan before the universe was constructed. Divine omniscience means humanity's fall was an anticipated byproduct of free will. Because the mistake was inevitable, the solution was pre-installed. The salvation offered through Christ appears as a premeditated Plan A, finalized long before any human failure occurred. This structure suggests a universe where foreknowledge and freedom coexist. The Creator knows the choice will be made, but provides a safety net to ensure that the exercise of that freedom doesn't result in total, permanent destruction. The cost of genuine human freedom was immense, but it was a calculated price, one the Creator anticipated and personally paid for before the foundation of the world was ever laid.